Hey there, I am Haley Gray, and we're going to be talking in this video about 54 common gaps that many, if not all businesses have in their marketing. Keep watching. Hey there, I am Haley Gray, and I'm the founder of the Women's Entrepreneur Network, and I am a business mentor and marketing strategist. Tonight, we're going to be talking about 54, yes, 54, and I'm going to be looking at my notes, common ways that people have marketing gaps in their businesses. And feel free to ask me questions. I love your questions and your comments while I'm doing this. And hey and hello, and I hope you are having an awesome week. So up first, number one, one of the most common gaps that people have in their marketing is the lack of an effective digital presence. By that, I mean that they don't have an online presence, they don't have a great website, and it's probably not mobile optimized. I can't tell you what percentage of websites I come across that have really crappy mobile optimization, but even here we sit in 2024 as I record this video, and it is a shocking number of businesses that I come across that have half done mobile optimization at best on their websites. This is a huge deal because such a huge percentage of your customers are going to be coming in on mobile. It's no longer, 80, 90% on desktop. It's 80 to 90% are going to be on mobile devices. So be aware of that, and be aware that people are going to Google you, and they're going to find you through all kinds of digital means. So just be aware that your digital presence is more important now than it has ever been before. And this is one of the things that holds so many businesses back. It's not that I say you have to do a super expensive website up front, but you do need to have an effective Facebook business page, Google My Business, those types of things, and make sure that it's up to date, the information is correct, and that people can actually find your business online. So there are inexpensive ways of doing it. You don't have to spend a fortune. And one of the conversations I was recently having is sometimes it's better to not go ahead and make a massive investment than to do something and have it be really, really horrible. The second thing that I see a lot is a lack of content marketing. It is important to have some sort of content in your marketing. I believe in giving away value. I believe in letting people get to know you. I believe in really connecting with people in marketing. And I see a lot of times that people don't use content on their website very well, and they only want to use photos, and they don't want to use, all different forms of content and media. So it might be photos, it might be video, it might be really long form descriptions, it might be audio, it could be a lot of different things. Using different forms of content is going to help your business tremendously in the long run. And the other thing about content marketing is that it really helps your SEO if you do it well. And if you don't do it well, it's not going to do anything for your SEO. And I'm going to speak to the elephant in the room about having strictly generated AI content, a la ChatGPT, is not going to help your content marketing strategy. I know that ChatGPT is an amazing tool, and I use it all the time. I use it almost every day. Those of you that have seen me posting enchilada pictures know that I'm using AI to generate some of those images, and I do use it for research for articles. However, using strictly AI generated content is detectable by Google, and it's going to hurt your SEO. So I'm just going to, go ahead and address that elephant in the room. Number 3 is customer targeting. Not having a clear customer target is going to be a huge marketing gap. I cannot tell you how many chiropractors in particular, but I can also tell you estheticians and direct salespeople and other businesses. Realtors are another one. Who do you help in your business? Oh, I can help anybody who has a spine. Oh, I can help anybody who does this. I can help anybody who wants to buy a house. No, chances are if you're a realtor, you specialize in certain geographic areas, you specialize in certain price points, you specialize in certain demographics. Own that. Don't try to be selling something to anybody and everyone. If you are a luxury realtor, stay in your lane. Do that. Don't be trying to sell that El Cheapo condo. So know exactly who you're targeting and how, and focus hard on your audience. Now, one of the things that is kind of a tricky thing here is that sometimes your employees, the employees of a business are, and the decision makers, and say somebody in the C-suite are not the same people. So you may be marketing to different demographics and different psychographics within the same business. So if I am going after a law firm, I'm probably marketing to both the attorneys and to the admins. And guess what? They're going to have highly different personality profiles. So it's going to be important that in your marketing, you address both of those types of profiles. And you're going to be dealing with the high Ds in a disc profile, and you're probably going to be dealing with a ton of the S's and C's. And, that is important that be addressed in your marketing. The other thing that I see a lot of times is a lack of a competitive analysis. Now, honestly, if you're a tiny business, this probably doesn't make a big difference. But as your business grows, you do need to know who the other fish are out there. I do a lot of competitive price shopping. I do a lot of a competitive analysis. A simple tool that we use a ton is a SWOT analysis. It's called SWOT, Strengths, Weaknesses, Opportunities, and Threats. It's a really simple competitive analysis tool that I find that a lot of people don't do often enough. And they don't do it on their competitors either. So one of the tricks that you can use with this tool is to go and look at your top 2 or 3 competitors and see what they're doing well and what they're not doing well, and see what you're doing well and what you're not doing well, and what you would maybe like to improve or should improve that's going to improve profitability in your business. And I'm not talking about doing everything under the sun. I'm talking about being really, really strategic in it. If you're trying to get more lucrative clients, it may be that you move your business in a particular way rather than trying to go after everybody. The other thing is brand identity. Number 5 is brand identity. I believe that it is so important that every brand have a super strong brand identity. And by this, I mean, don't try to copy other people. Be yourself, be strong, be you, stand out, let your business stand out and be unique, and find the things that are unique about your business and stand on that. I see a lot in the online world, especially, but I see it with other businesses. Well, such and such is being really successful, so I want to go copy that. And I will tell you that in most cases, that is a surefire way to fail. And here's why. You're not that person. And when you're trying to copy exactly what somebody is doing, rather than taking what they're doing and adapting it to your own stuff, you're going to find that it falls really, really flat about 98% of the time, because you're just not that other person. This also applies to copywriting. Trying to adapt somebody else's copy to your own tends to fall really, really flat. Using ChatGPT to generate, copy is another thing. It's going to tend to fall flat because you're basically copying somebody else's content, and it's not in your voice. It's not your personality. It's not your style. It's not your flair. And guess what? It's just not the same. Just like somebody trying to copy me, having cats running across my desk and across my keyboard while I'm doing this video. The next thing that a lot of businesses really struggle with is the overall customer experience. Whether you're a small business or a large business, one of the biggest opportunities that I see missed for many businesses is the customer experience, the end-to-end customer experience. And so what is unique about your customer experience? If you're selling products, how are you wrapping your products? How are they being presented? What is the overall experience that your client is getting? Is it, handheld? Is it boutique? Is it whatever? Or is it, poorly done? And is that the experience that you want the customer to have? If you are a restaurant, is every customer greeted the same? I have worked with restaurants where one of their biggest struggles is consistency. So if the customer experience and the food experience and the overall, experience end to end is not fairly consistent, then yeah, you're going to tend to struggle with sales. Number 7 is email marketing. I got the question today, actually, is email marketing dead? Because there are some big changes that are rolling down the pike. And the answer is that email marketing is not dead. Yes, you have to do certain things to ensure deliverability. You have to do certain things to ensure that emails land in somebody's inbox, but it is absolutely not dead. It is highly profitable, or people wouldn't be doing it. So make sure that you are keeping your emails current, regular, consistent, doing all the things. I see people dropping the ball so often with email marketing that, they're only doing it part-time and they're only, half-assing their email marketing. And it's all of the things. So talking about cats walking across my keyboard while I'm doing this video. So yes, you guys are more than welcome to laugh. So let's talk about lead generation. A lot of people don't do effective lead generation in their businesses. Now, I do see a lot of coaches doing pretty effective lead generation because they tend to run everything into a funnel and they do all those things. Here's the thing. Most other businesses, whether they are attorneys and most other service businesses, do not adequately use funnels. And this is a huge missed opportunity in their businesses. Just know that, if you are not doing effective lead generation in your business and you don't use funnels and you don't have that whole follow up with people through the whole process, you are going to be struggling with getting more leads in your business and keeping more leads in your business. And it is absolutely worth it to use leads in almost every single business out there. Whether you do carpet cleaning or you do home cleaning or whatever it is that you do, customized leads, customized funnels are a huge thing in business. The next thing is conversion optimization. This one's kind of tricky. This requires pretty advanced software to see what people are doing and looking at what people are doing on your site, how long they're spending, what they're doing, where they're landing, what their actions look like, all of the things on your website. So it is a pain in the butt. I'm not going to lie, but there are pieces of software out there like Microsoft Clarity, Hotjar, and others that you can tell exactly what people are doing on your website and you can record their actions. Yes, it is time consuming to go back through those recordings and see exactly what people are doing, but you can get a really good feel for what people are doing. I recently saw a website where we ended up doing a ton of optimization because page load speeds were not what they should have been. We also saw another website that had a ton of JavaScript errors that we would have never known had we not had this type of tracking software on it. Almost 49% of the people landing on the website had JavaScript errors. So just know that this can be a really big deal in your business. The next thing is analytics and data. This goes with your SEO. This goes with your, optimization and your customer experience. Here's the thing. I see a lot of people who come to me, a lot of businesses, and it's not just the small businesses. A lot of times it's businesses that are making 7 and 8 figures a year or more that don't even have Google Analytics installed and configured correctly. They don't have Google Search Console installed and configured correctly. They don't have basic tools installed and configured correctly on any of their socials, any of their website, any of their landing pages, and they're just not tracking things. I don't know about you, but it's really hard to tell how well your marketing is doing and how well your efforts that your website is doing if you don't track it. Garbage in, garbage out, I guess. So this is kind of an important thing. The next gap that I see for a lot of businesses is local marketing. Y'all, I don't care how great the online space seems to be. For many, many, many business owners, having a strong local network strong local market, all those things is super important. It is, important that you work with your local market. And one of the things is going to be that we have to, focus on our local network, because people will build trust with those people that live and work around them, not somebody that's halfway around the world first. And the easiest clients are frequently going to be your local clients. So don't ignore them. A next one is influencer marketing. In a world where we are using a ton of social media, working with really good influencers and having people mentioning your products and service all over the place are going to help your marketing. A lot of people ignore it because they don't want to spend the money or the time or the effort. There are some really good tools out there that allow you to look for good influencers. And don't be afraid to work with people that maybe have a little bit smaller sphere of influence, because it's going to be less expensive and you're not dealing with the mega stars who have the mega attitudes to go with it. Number 13 is mobile marketing. Don't be afraid to, put things on the side of your car. Don't be afraid to put signs in different places. Don't be afraid to be really creative with how people are seeing your business and how often they're seeing your businesses. Event marketing is another good one. If you have a very targeted audience and, people are your target audience and they are all going to a particular event, y'all market the heck out of that event. Be a sponsor, be there, be present, be out there shaking hands, face to face, handing out business cards or flyers or whatever it is you need to do. Have a booth, do your thing, get in front of people. If those are your ideal clients, you want to get in front of them and you want to meet them face to face, because here's the thing that I just said: when you meet people face to face, you are much more likely to get conversions. It's just the thing. Number 15, customer retention. It is much easier to keep a current client and have them keep coming back and giving you money. And it is much cheaper than new client acquisition. So if you have a 12-month program, go find another way to do another 12-month program. Find ways to keep your clients over and over and over again, so that you are not constantly having to go out and go get new clients. A lot of times we forget how important that client retention is and how expensive getting new clients can be, because you have to onboard new clients and you have to train new clients and you have to do all the things with the new clients. Keeping your existing clients and keeping them happy is going to keep you happier in the long run, and your bank account balance much fatter and much happier. Let's talk about videos. Number 16, a lot of people don't use videos. I have heard that static posts are dead. That's not really true. I've had static posts in the last few months that have hit 10 million views. So I will tell you that static is not dead either. But I do believe that an effective marketing campaign has a mix of different media. That means static posts and videos. A lot of people don't use enough video marketing, a la TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, Facebook videos, all the things. You can actually do videos on Pinterest now, and you can do videos on LinkedIn. So make sure that you are using videos, because when people can see your face, they can hear your voice, they can get the inflection and the tone, they're going to feel that they know you much better and much faster than otherwise. So just like I'm doing these videos so that you can get to know me as a human being, not just as a human doing, so that you can recognize that I am a person with real life experience who has been doing this for a hot minute. Number 17, social proof. If people are leaving you testimonials online or they are leaving you reviews, go out and go get those. Also, go get your Google reviews. I cannot understand why people don't focus on getting more Google reviews. Google reviews are the holy grail, y'all. They improve your search engine optimization. Google will magically pop your business to the top of the search queues if you have lots of Google reviews. Make it a point in your business to get Google reviews. It drops your advertising costs dramatically to have good Google reviews. early, often, and regularly. Lots of recommendations, lots of reviews on every single platform that you can get them on. The only one that I'm a little iffy on at the moment right now is Facebook. Facebook, you need to get your head out of your butt because, well, there's so many fraudulent reviews that I'm kind of at the point of just turning reviews off for my clients because there are so many scam posts on Facebook. But every single other review platform, if there's a scam post, they remove it. So you have really good reviews and it dramatically improves your SEO. And when people are looking for you, let's be honest, nowadays when people are looking for a business to hire, what's one of the things they do? They go and they search that person and they look for reviews. Lord knows I recently bought some spray to clean up pet messes. And do you know what I did? I Googled the reviews before I bought it. So just know that social proof is a big thing. 18, employee advocacy. You know, your employees are everything for your business. Your contractors are everything for your business. Having people voicing and saying good things about you is going to be huge. And this is especially true the bigger your business gets, making sure that your reputation is good on Glassdoor, that the employee experience is good, because, you know, I don't know if y'all noticed the whole hullabaloo recently with a baby store where the mom was let go because she asked to work from home because her kid was in the NICU. That did not look real good. So just be aware that, you know, your employee experiences make a big difference. And who wants that kind of mess in the media, right? People deciding that your apology isn't genuine enough and that you haven't done the proper amount of contrition. So please don't let that be you. Please let your employees be your best ambassadors and let it be real and true, because some of the companies I've seen that have the best women's advocacy that I have worked for in the past don't necessarily, and some of them that aren't touted as having particularly great user experiences for women are actually really phenomenal. And I will just leave it at that. 19, cross-channel consistency. I see too many businesses that rely on a single social media platform. There are multiple reasons why I think that that is a really, 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 really bad idea. Did I say I think it was a really bad idea? Here's the thing. Being on one channel is a bad idea, because if anything happens to that platform for any reason, you are dead in the water. I'm going to look at Twitter and I'm just going to leave it at that. What has happened to Twitter lately? Oh, it's become X. And how many people have gone flocking off the platform, right? If your only source of marketing is Twitter, then you're going to be SOL. If your only source of marketing is Facebook and somebody hacks your account and takes you down, you're going to be SOL. I have a friend who lost her Facebook group because she lost access to her Facebook account. She didn't have backup admins. And so she lost access to her account. She lost access to her Facebook page, and she lost access to her Facebook group, and she lost a lot of income and had to grow on a different platform. I always recommend growing 2 social media platforms at a very minimum, because if something happens to one, you've always got the other as a backup. But the other thing about cross-channel marketing is that people start to see you everywhere and they get really sick of seeing you everywhere. Just kidding. People think that their customers don't want to see them everywhere. And here's the reality. You are not bothering them by showing up everywhere. You are making yourself much more memorable. Does Temu care if they show up in your feed one too many times? Not really. So go be visible on multiple platforms and don't just stick to one, because we don't like what can happen if you are on one platform and things go sideways. Regulatory compliance. Oh, this is a favorite one of mine. Not. So regulatory compliance is becoming a bigger and bigger issue in marketing domains. And it can sneak up and bite you on the butt big time. There are things that are going on right now with Google and Yahoo and bulk email systems. And this will continue to bite people on the butt for the foreseeable future, because They are changing the rules on deliverability. And, if you have X number of emails that bounce, or you have certain things that happen to your emails, or, privacy policies and all of these things, regulatory compliance is the bane of my literal existence. Drives me nuts, drives me up a wall. And the reality is, with all of the new rules around texting for marketing, all of the rules around email marketing, and all of these things, if you do not comply, your platform is going to shut you down and leave you high and dry, and you are not going to be able to send emails or send anything. If you don't follow Facebook's rules on Facebook's platform, they're going to shut you down. If you use the wrong words on a social media platform, they're going to shut you down. And here's the thing. They are trying to follow the laws. They are trying to keep things the way that they need to be in order to continue to stay in business. And, the unfortunate thing is, when we're on YouTube and we're on Google and we're on all of these other platforms, we are on somebody else's platform that they built, and we have to be good guests on their platforms, whether we want to be or not. And this is Miss Lilo, who has joined me here while I'm doing this video. She has been bopping on my keyboard and across my desk the whole time I've been doing this. So we're going to talk about crisis management, another favorite topic of mine. Crisis management. I have in the past worked for businesses and companies that did not have a really good crisis management plan in place and didn't have really good policies in general in place for crisis management. And I'm talking about a company that had multiple locations that I used to do some marketing for, and they had regular issues with some of their employees, harassing female patrons, that type of thing, criminal activity, all kinds of lovely things that happened in their business. And let me just say that there was a lot of managing that stuff and keeping it out of the news and burying it and working the SEO around it. It is far better to not have to deal with this sort of stuff in general than ever having to deal with it. You look at United Airlines and the whole thing that happened a few years ago. For them, what a marketing nightmare. People still remember the guy that was hauled off of the plane, thumping, and bumping and all of the things. And in a situation that should have never happened in the first place. So just be aware that having a good crisis management plan is critically important for every business. Know how you're going to respond in the case of a crisis, and preferably don't have crises. Accessibility is another issue. Accessibility, especially for people who are blind, hearing impaired, et cetera, is super important. One of the things that I focus on when creating graphics for people and for businesses is to make sure that there is high contrast in the graphics that we're creating, and that we frequently add text to the posts. This is so that people who are not able to see are able to see them. The other thing that we do is when we build websites, we add the applicable plugins that allow for different colors to be done. And we add alt tags to all of the images, because here's the thing: if you're blind, you can't see the pictures, and you also cannot see the videos. So it's important that you have a description of what's going on in the video in the alt tags for your videos and for your images on your website, and that things be as high resolution as possible. The next thing that we're going to talk about is internationalization. If you choose to do business in multiple countries, just be aware of other languages and marketing in other languages, and be aware of cultural contexts and how words in the English language may not translate very well. One good word in particular in the English language that we use quite a bit is execute. It does not translate well, and it doesn't get interpreted well in other languages or by people whose English is not a first language. Just a heads up. Public relations, and this is number 24. Are y'all sick of me yet? No, just kidding. So public relations is another huge gap that a lot of people have in their businesses. I don't know that it's as big of a deal if you are a solopreneur, but as your business grows, PR is going to be super important. And I'm not just talking about sending out press releases, but making sure that the press and that you create good press around your business and good visibility in the press around your business. It can be absolutely worth its weight in gold to build your reputation and drive customer engagement to your business, to be winning awards, to be doing certain things, and to be sharing your story with the general public. Number 25 is referral marketing. A really good referral partnership agreement is worth its weight in gold. So I have been on Every Plate and HelloFresh for a very long time. And, they have a whole referral marketing program. If you give out this, free night of dinners or free week of dinners, then you get X amount back. That's a really great way to reward people for sharing what you do, right? So think of ways for your best fans to share and get something back. It's a really great way to make more money. Another way that people and businesses frequently leave money on the table is they don't do a very good job with print marketing. It's low quality. It's not formatted well. They order whatever off the cheapest Vistaprint. So look at your paper quality. Look at what you're printing. Look at how you're printing. Look at how you're delivering things as well. If you're using EDDM or you're using door hangers or you're doing certain things, look at, how you're presenting it. And presentation always, always, always matters, especially if you're doing something that is a physical thing. If you are shipping things, make sure that the printed materials that you're sending look good and feel good, and that they have a good feel and a good weight in your hands. So know that that is a super important thing. Number 27 is one of the things that I suggest for vastly increasing revenue in business is a subscription model. Recurring revenue is a huge thing for most businesses. A one and done is lovely, but it is also not ongoing revenue. So if you think about a subscription model, that may help your business over time. And if you're wondering why I have whiskers, all of a sudden I have kitties in my hand. So I am holding a cat and doing this. One of the biggest gorillas in the room right now that is a huge thing for marketing is AI. ChatGPT, Jasper, you name it. There are a million AI generators out there that are changing dramatically the way that we do things like search engine optimization, copywriting, content writing, graphics creation. All of it is changing at the speed of light at the moment. Ignoring those tools is not going to help your business. We need to understand AI better, do a better job, leveraging it, understanding its limitations and what its features can and cannot do for our businesses. I will tell you that it has enabled us to dramatically increase productivity in our business and do a dramatically better job creating viral content for our clients, because we're able to create pinpointed, targeted graphics and content for a lot of our clients. The next thing that a lot of people ignore, number 29, is guerrilla marketing. Guerrilla marketing is, free marketing. Getting out there, putting your name on billboards, door hangers, knocking on doors, finding free ways to get in front of people. I'm not saying wearing a sandwich board to a football game, but you could do that. That is frequently a really good way to get free marketing for your business. Most of my business has been done through organic and guerrilla marketing techniques. As a matter of fact, employee training is super important. Things like signatures, making sure that, voicemails are set correctly. If you have employees that have, work cell phones, those types of things are super duper important. Employee training is frequently done partially and, in a limited way. So if you have employees that are, answering phones and doing things, make sure that your employees are answering the phones in a way that you want them answered for your business. Number 31 is ephemeral content. And that means content that has a short life. So I'm talking, reels or stories on certain platforms, Snapchat, those types of things. Those are important pieces of marketing content that we need in our businesses. Don't ignore them just because you don't think they have value. I will tell you that a lot of people that use stories on Instagram see really, really huge engagement. And it's been a phenomenal way for them to get more customers. Number 32 is artificial scarcity. Artificial scarcity is, a deadline or a sale or, things that are time or number limited, right? So I have 10 seats, I have 5 seats, whatever. Sometimes it's very real scarcity. I know when I'm doing a workshop and I'm doing it near my house or something, there's a limit to the number of seats I can sell because, well, there's only a certain number of seats in the room. A lot of people ignore personalization. So marketing done well involves some level of personalization to your client. The higher end your marketing is, the better the personalization should be. If you are doing cold outreach, I highly recommend doing some personalization on it to dramatically increase your results. Cold outreach on LinkedIn, cold outreach on Facebook. Take the time to research people and make sure that they're a really good match before you reach out to them, and make sure that the messages that you're sending out are personalized. I don't loathe cold outreach when it's done well, but I absolutely despise cold outreach when it's done in a scattershot, thoughtless type of mode. And I think that that's similar for many people. Reach out to people that you think are a good match and then have genuine, honest conversations with them that show that you have taken the time to actually research them. People don't generally mind the outreach if you can show that you actually did the basic research before you reached out to them. Number 34, user-generated content. This is, having people take pictures with your products, or people taking pictures at your events, people posting pictures at your events. I'm getting ready to go on an event on a cruise out of California. With my mentor, there will be user-generated content coming out of that event, which of course will drive sales for my coach. Make sure that you are leveraging user-generated content. And that's kind of an important thing. If you have an office mascot and people take pictures of your office mascot, like my office mascot, then you will want to have them share pictures. Number 35, a lot of people ignore and leave on the ground, is podcasting. And I would say it's not just podcasting, but it is using and leveraging an effective podcasting strategy. So one of the videos that I did recently was on $1 million podcast strategy. And I believe that it's not just about doing the podcast, but it is also about actually doing a high quality podcast and making sure that you market it effectively. A podcast is 5% content and 95% or 195% the marketing around that podcast. It can absolutely be huge for you. Niche platforms, number 36. So a niche platform is it can be any kind of platform. A lot of times you see niche platforms for gaming, for people who have, niche businesses. I see a lot of stuff on Discord. I see stuff on Patreon. I see stuff on a range of different platforms. Don't be afraid to use those niche platforms for your marketing. A lot of times those are left and ignored. in favor of the 800-pound Facebook gorillas. Don't be afraid to use those. Number 37, interactive content. Interactive content is hugely important. Starting conversations with people, having conversations, polls, interactive posts, all of the things are super important to generate leads in your business. And they can actually help you gather much more information about people and bleed a lot more information through than having people fill out surveys, because people will sometimes answer the one-off questions on Facebook in a way that they would never do in a survey. Chat marketing is huge. Chatbots are huge. Don't be afraid to leverage having a really good chatbot. You can actually install a Facebook Messenger bot on your website for free. And if somebody comes onto your website and they message you, you get a message from them instantaneously. So don't be afraid to use chat marketing. Number 39 is humor. I am a big believer in using humor wherever possible, wherever appropriate, wherever culturally appropriate for a business. I find that humor in general goes a lot further than being dry. And, if people can associate you with something or a shtick or whatever, humor goes a very, very long way. You'll see a lot of humor in my marketing. You'll see a lot of enchiladas. You're going to see all kinds of things in my marketing because I use a lot of different techniques, and humor is not the least of them. Number 40 is cause marketing. One of the things that I personally do is I support a lot of work around mental health research, and I also do a lot of supporting human trafficking. I have a child who has severe persistent mental illness, and one of the biggest risks for those patients is frequently that they end up homeless and trafficked. And I am keenly aware of that, and I know just how big of a problem mental illness and human trafficking are here in North Carolina. So I focus on those as kind of two of the causes that I put a ton of effort and energy into myself. Emotional marketing, telling stories, being real. I am looking forward to launching a podcast where we are going to do a lot more emotional marketing. If you can hit people in the feels in your marketing, you are going to do much better in general, because people buy because they feel something. Long form content is, long form blogs, long form social media posts, long form videos. Yes, I know that, people want things fast and done, but you will be amazed at how many people will sit and watch a long form video or a long form interview, or that will watch or read something that is long form, or listen to a long form podcast. Don't be afraid to do long form something in today's day and age. Even though people want things instantly, they may listen to you in the car, for an hour while they're driving, and they may be grateful that you took the time to do an hour-long video. So don't be afraid to use long-form content. Number 43 is surprise and delight. Don't be afraid to surprise and delight your customers, your audience, and put things out there that they really do enjoy and that they appreciate, and that are all the things. Hugely important is that surprise and delight tactic, really making things fun and engaging. One of the things that I'm personally working on this year is the surprise and delight aspect of what I'm doing. A little bit hard when you're doing a digital marketing agency, but we are working on it. Social media listening. You can get a lot of information for your marketing by using Google, hashtag, Pinterest, other social media searches. You can get all kinds of ideas. You can get ideas for content. You can get ideas for memes. And you can really do things with it. Number 45 is agile marketing. So agile is a development methodology which originated in manufacturing, and it is basically being fast and spinning on a dime and proactive and reactive to the environment around you. this is kind of important no matter what kind of business you have, is being aware of the social conditions that you live in and really focusing on, the things that you need to be doing in your business and changing according to marketing conditions. In 2020, when, we had the first lockdowns for COVID, it was really important to change a lot of marketing and change some of the business delivery models, right? The businesses that were able to adapt their delivery models and change their methodologies and their marketing did much better than businesses that stuck their head in the ground and hoped it would all pass quickly. And those are the businesses that have done the best. Number 46, chat forums and communities, whether you're looking at Facebook groups, whether you're looking at Discord, whether you're looking at Reddit, whether you're looking at all kinds of communities, look at a variety of different platforms and opportunities and find your kind of people and have conversations with them. Tell your story, be real. Number 47 is geofencing. One of the most insidious ideas I ever heard, but is absolutely phenomenal for somebody who was looking to do will and estate administration. An estate attorney, not necessarily trying to get new wills, but he decided to do some geofencing around funeral homes, figuring that if people were visiting funeral homes, they likely had lost a loved one and they were going to need somebody to help them with the estate. Not a bad idea, kind of devious, actually, if you ask me, and a little bit disturbing that somebody thought to do that. Number 48 is live streaming. I love live streaming. You can live stream something and then you can reuse that video 18 different ways to Texas. And I'm going to show you how to do that with this video right here. As we live streamed it first, and then we are turning it into a video on YouTube, and then we're going to snip it up into little bitty videos and post it all over the place and sprinkle that ish around like we mean it. So live streaming is one of my favorite ways that a lot of people leave on the table because they're afraid of being in front of the camera. And all I got to say, if you're afraid of being in front of the camera, is that I first started doing lives when Facebook lives were just brand new. I weighed over 400 pounds, and y'all, I have curly, crazy hair, which doesn't look like it's curly or crazy at the moment. But let me just say, I don't wear makeup, and I had curly, crazy hair, and I was one fat chick, and I did it anyway. And I will absolutely not marry you. Sorry, I am completely married, and I have been married for almost 32 years, and I have 4 children. And I am not looking forward to marrying any of them off. So let's talk about personal branding. You have to be you. Stand up and be you very much in the online space and in person. Have your own personal brand, your own personal colors, do your own personal style, and do your own personal thing. Don't be afraid to have your own personal brand. Know what you stand for, what your values are, and don't be afraid to totally communicate those things. So personal branding is important. Storytelling is an important part of my business. I don't think I do nearly enough of it. And it is something that I think a lot of people really struggle with, is the storytelling aspect, because we just want to get to the sale. I don't really want to tell you how I grew my business over and over and over again. And I don't really want to sit here and tell you about the daughter that I have to you that is asking me if I have a daughter. I don't think you want to marry the one that I have with severe psychiatric issues, who has a traumatic brain injury, and having been through lots and lots of hospitalizations and done 42 hospitalizations in just over 8 years, 8 years and 8 months, 8 hospitalizations. Last year, we were in the hospital for like almost 9 months. I don't really feel the need to tell that story over and over again, but it is part of my reality and part of the reality of growing a business and growing Women's Entrepreneur Network to 76,000 members, and having to grow a business while managing all of the chaos that was going on in the background. And none of it's really my daughter's fault, right? It's not her fault that she has all these issues and I'm raising 3 other children. And it is a thing. So telling stories and being really real is super important. Number 51 that I see a lot in the online space, but I don't see nearly enough with a lot of businesses in general, is webinars and virtual events. I think that people have gotten Zoom burnout and they are not really, into online events as much. But the reality is, our businesses are all over the place, and webinars and educational courses and workshops are a huge way to potentially bring in the right clients. It helps you separate the wheat from the chaff, and it helps you separate the people that could be clients from those that absolutely should not be clients. Number 52 is data privacy compliance. There are a ton of laws in California, in Canada, in the UK, in Europe. And coming down the pike, we have a ton of laws that are affecting marketing. And let me just say that the enforcement of them is becoming more and more extreme. And know that, if you do not comply with the data laws, that you are going to have lots of trouble in your business and potentially face massive fines. The federal prosecution in the United States and other countries is getting more extreme. And yes, I know that there are people out there that are scamming and sending texts that shouldn't be, and there are ways around it, and there's all the things. However, if you are running a legitimate business, you should not be doing these things, and you should be focusing and aware of the data compliance rules. Data privacy is a huge thing. And let me just say, I got an email, or not an email, a letter from my hospital saying, oh yeah, somebody accidentally on purpose or something installed a Facebook pixel on our internal servers for WakeMed Hospital. And there was a ton of patient data on there that was then given to Facebook. Y'all, can you imagine the lawsuit that can come out of something like that? So just be aware of data privacy compliance, because that was one HIPAA violation with an attitude that has the potential of getting WakeMed sued to heck and back for putting a Facebook pixel on their internal servers that they shouldn't have done. Same thing for ChatGPT, I am sure is also going to be a massive concern for private companies. One of the other things that people ignore, number 53, is diversity and inclusion. In today's day and age, ignore diversity and inclusion at your peril. People buy from those that look like them and that sound like them. So having more diversity on your team, with your marketing, etc., being more representative of the general population is hugely important. And last but not least is dark social. Dark social is all of the DMs and all of the messaging and all of the things that happen in the background on social media. I will tell you this, that spray and pray or post and pray is a really lousy way to market your business. That a lot of the business happens on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram and almost every single social media platform in the DMs. That is the dark social world. It is not measurable. It is not easily, kept track of, except in your own CRM and, using something like a group track. And it is becoming increasingly important because we need to have those one-on-one conversations with people in general to know whether they're going to be good business, good clients, good customers. So I hope that this helps. I'm going to be doing a whole series of videos, 54 videos, y'all just shoot me now, on all of these different marketing gaps. And each one I'm going to go much more in depth and talk about all of the details on this. And hopefully that will help. If you are interested, please book a consultation call with me. If you are interested in having marketing done for your business or learning about having marketing done in a way that is sane and rational and comprehensive for your business. That's what I'm here for. Let's chat, book a call today. Haley it's actually haley@intuitivebiz.com is my email, or https://intuitivebiz.com/free-consultation. I put the link in the comments. So make sure that you book a call with me, and I look forward to chatting soon. Thanks. Goodbye.